Hey, what? Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna try to see, make sure we'll actually be filmed. So, yeah, you give me a moment, people. Give me a second to make sure everything sounds right. Alright, we're good. Alright, this is gonna be kind of a soul theme today because we're not gonna go too in depth about stuff here. So, here what we're gonna do. I thought since the Game Awards is coming out, in a couple days, if I'm not correctly, I believe it is on the 11th. Yep, 11th. I don't know my phone's gonna count, but I thought, hey, I should at least give my thoughts about, you know, who I think might, at least my choices for some of the categories here. There's not gonna be a lot of same, just a quick one, and I do want to make it clear, I don't know every category or everyone here, so I'm just choosing what at least what I know, and after that, we'll just we go on for there. So I guess we should get the big ones out of the way. After that, we can kind of go down here. So, I guess the big one. Yep, audio sound good. Who do I think should win the game of the year? And also, if I sound kind of weird, that's because I'm kind of still dealing with no fever. So, whoops. Alright, I'm about to be kind of honest here. Unlike last year or the year before, I have not really fully played any one of these games. The only one I do know, I have been playing right now is X-83, 3, which I'm actually having a great time with. Death Stranding 2, I never got to play. I really want to try this one. Same with Kingdom Come. I think Kingdom Come looks really good. I want to try Hades 1, then go with Hades 2, but I hear a lot of great things about Hades 2 as well. Same with a lot of these choices here. So, as I said, I'm just doing what I know, and I did kind of look up some info about some of the categories here. So, as I said, if you want to vote, go ahead. If you disagree with my opinion, hey, that's perfectly fine. I'm just going what I know, what I kind of want to support here. So, here's what I will say. If I'm going to pick what I think should win Game of the Year, to me, I'd say Hollow Knight. I do know the first one. Definitely big game. Big game that came out. Pretty great. I don't know about this one that we give a honest opinion on. Just like to, I do know a lot of people have said it is a big improvement on the first one. I admit there's a lot of stuff in this game. Kojima went all wild. It's probably one of the craziest Kojima games I have seen, and that's if you played the Metal Gear Solid games and some of the early Silent Hill games, that should tell you a lot. Kingdom Come, I do know. I think this one. I think a lot of people agree. This is definitely improvement on the first one. I said I could be wrong. I might have to get to Expedition 3, mostly because I hear people say it's one of the best games they ever played, and I will get quiet. It took me some time to get used to it, but no one. I'm having a great time with this one. So I think this one was. I will agree. I think it's double quiff idea of them, and honestly, it's kind of funny to think about it, but it's kind of the only one that's not a sequel based on the exact stage of these guys. So, I said, make that as you will. If that's your opinion, hey, there we go. But I will say, I gotta get an Expedition 3. I think 3 definitely gonna be winning a lot of awards here. Alright, this one we get a lot of the great here. This one is gonna be the interesting. Expedition 3, from what I've seen, it's incredibly creative. I will say it has a very unique look and art style. I admit there's a lot of parts that does make me feel a lot of Final Fantasy elements, but not in a bad way. It's more of the inspired way. Now you create a lot of enemy designs, how the characters look, the world, the actual content you explore versus the actual city you came from. Like, it has a great art direction. I will say that. Then you got Kojima again with Death Stranding 2. Once again, one thing you can agree with Kojima, he is creative. I think that's what we can all agree with. He is incredibly creative in his games. So, a lot of great artworks in this one. Ghost of Yurtai, I have not. Hearing, I think there's a lot of games I wanted to play, and this was a game I was very hyped to play. Hyped to play. Sorry about that. Sapos, I have not played this one. I am planning to do this one as soon as I can. I've just been busy with so many other stuff. Honestly, if this game really came out, I would say June, July, even August, I would definitely have played this one by now. But I think I just got carried away with a lot of horror games and Arkham Knight, and now I want to try Exo 33 because that's the one that's making a lot of waves. So throughout the year, and also this bats. So I can't say much on artworks in this one. For at least what I can say is, you got a nice little food on the pan look. It doesn't let me heavy of Ghost of Tsushima, at least from what I see. Hades. I seen a lot of videos on it, and once again, I gotta say, I am actually kind of impressed with a lot of the look of it. I guess one, I would get, I don't know why, but I am very fascinated by Kronos' design. I don't know, something about Kronos. Every time I hear him talk, and the look of it, I don't know, it fascinates me. I don't know why. And honestly, you can say a lot of things, same thing about the first game, but I don't know, something about Kronos himself just fascinates me, the look of him. Same with Prometheus, not Prometheus. Well, actually, yeah, I know Prometheus is in the game, but I'm talking about the Cyclops from from the Odyssey. He's also in the game too. So I do like the design this one. Split Fiction, God, once again, there's a lot of games I wanted to try this year, but I swear I got sidetracked with a bunch of other games as well. Split Fiction, it's from the same guy who did. What was that one game? It's the co-op game. It's the one where you play a mom and dad who are going to get a divorce and you got to get them to work together to fall in love again. It takes two. Yeah, it takes two. Great game, by the way. I could be wrong, but wasn't that the game that actually won Game of the Year? I believe that a year or two ago. I could be wrong. I want to be honest. I was actually kind of surprised Switch Fiction actually came out this year. I actually thought it was going to come out next year. I didn't really hear too much about this game. I was actually kind of surprised it came out this year. So, yeah, that was a surprise. It's a game that I want to play, but unfortunately, I haven't found anyone actually to want to play this with me. So, hey, if you got two people who want to play this, hell, just buy one copy of this game. It does come with a free game pass to play this one with someone else. So, hey, quit. I do like that. Honestly, I think one of the more critical elements to this game is I like the idea it's mixing science fiction and fantasy elements. That's one big selling point about the game that it wanted to do pretty much two different genres and mix them together in one game and somehow still make it convenient. More or less, from what I get about this game, is you get two developers who are forced into a VR that sends them into simulations of other games, and in order to get out, they had to complete those games. And one of them is both into science fiction, while the other one is more in fantasy elements. So, a big thing on that. That might, I'll admit, the idea for that definitely gonna be a lot more definitely gonna be leaning the towards. Honestly, of these, Game Direction, I think the problem of Death Stranding 2 is a sequel. And I think people will love it or hate it. I think a lot of people prefer this one, Unavailable open to this one versus the first game. Ghost of Yurtai, I think after the first game, I think the problem about sequels is this. After the first game, the second one, I don't think it'd be as unique compared to the first one. That's the thing is. Not saying that I say you can't have a great game direction compared to the first one. I'm just saying it doesn't stand out as much compared to a brand new idea. So, of the five here, I say Expedition 33 or Split Fiction. I might have to go with Expedition 33. Well, a lot of the guess the best way I could say is it has a great way to balance a lot of aspects from a lot of classic JRPG elements with, I guess, like a lot of fence odds. I guess that's the best I can describe. So I probably vote for this one, but I'm gonna be honest. Between the two, if I were to play a little more of Split Fiction, this one might take the odds. But if you ask me, I think either Split Fiction or Extreme 33 is gonna be leaning the odds here. If you ask me, I think I'm definitely voting for this one. But if Split Fiction were one, I would be perfectly happy. I would be honestly happy with either one of these, but I need to be. I think I gotta get the game I played the most of. No, boy, this one is gonna hit the hardest too. That's it. If I would have had the time to play X 33, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, honestly, all 5 of these games I want to play, especially Silent Hill F. So that was last year, one this time I said after Silent Hill 2, I want to play Silent Hill F because that was the Silent Hill game I was very excited for. Once again, I was originally planning on doing that, but there was, well, it's two games that I wanted to do first. We're going to do Silent Hill F. Don't worry, we'll do that one. I just want a lot of people saying it's not as terrifying compared to other horror games, and I think that threw me off. Even though, at least to me, I think the whole aspect of Silent Hill is not really about the same thing that I guess makes me poop my pants, if that sounds right. It's more of the story and the different type of horror. But anyway, besides that, best story. Once again, that's kind of hard because honestly to me, I think the only way for me to give an honest opinion about all this is I have to really actually play all 5 of them and really judge on them. Unfortunately, I was kind of spoiled about a lot of the ideas and stories of Silent Hill Earth. Yeah, unfortunately, I got kind of spoiled that one. Which honestly, I do like the idea about a young lady growing up in a time in Japan where you kind of enforced into mid. You're kind of forced to become someone that you didn't really plan on becoming, and you kind of become someone else's property in a way to be someone else. I like the idea that honestly to me does feel a lot of, at least to me, feels like what Silent Hill should be about. Like dealing with social, personal issues. I think, especially horrors like that. I think that was a great idea. Kingdom Come, honestly, this is a sad part. I don't know too much about this one. I don't know really the story about this besides you continue the story of, I don't know if he's the same guy you played in the first game. I don't know if it's a brand new character, so I don't know much about that. All I know is there's a fight. There's a fight thing out there that I want to watch, but I don't want to watch it unless I play the whole game. Well, I believe that the Evil King, or I guess the villain of the game, that depends what you do, he gets told about every step you've done to kind of mess them up. And I just love this very well. The bad guy gets told that everything that could go on went wrong for him all because of you. And I just find that so hilarious. But besides that, that's it. I do know this is all RPG. Well, you get to create your own little night in medieval Europe. Ghost of Yotai, more revenge story, a little more positive revenge story compared to Ghost of Tsushima. Well, you try to avenge your family against the 5. My God, I forgot what the game was called, but 5 soldiers who murdered them. I don't know if they were soldiers, but I think 5. I forgot what they're called. But you try to get revenge on them. And pretty much you kind of join across Utah. And kind of do, with these similar characters and kind of similar revenge story. But as it, I don't want to say any more of that. I don't want to disrespect the story for this one, especially all of these games, because as it, the only one I actually played is this one. Well, yeah, I want to do a lot of games this year, but I kind of thought maybe try some old games, try PlayStation on them, but then because I won't be able to actually touch failure of these guys. Get started to Asset. I do know a lot of people do agree is a lot big improvement on the first one, but I can't say much of the story. Besides, continue going hardwired on this one. I know about the boss fight with the controls. That's something that you can't forget. I don't want to keep saying X33 because once again, that I don't want to be the guy who says X33, X33 without giving these guys a chance. Though, credit X33, I am getting really, really into the story. I'm enjoying it. I'm falling in love with it. I like the characters. It's really getting me into it. And if I hear that and from what I know, people are saying the story is really good. It keeps you into it throughout the whole game. So I will say, I say either Silent Hill Earth, Ghost of Yotai, but I'm just saying based on what I know of Ghost of Tsushima, I can't say it's better or worse. Or X23. I might say X23 because that's the only one I have played. Jesus fucking Christ. I say it's gonna be X33 over and over. Yeah, that's one thing I will say about this game. As for it's going, I'd be more surprised if this game does not win any award this year. That would be a shock. It's coming home with some awards. The question is how many. Art Direction. I will count Ghost of Yotai and Death Stranding. Nothing against these two. They got great art direction. I'm just more creative look that makes sense for the world. It feels unique that you can't find anywhere else. Due to being secrets, I'm gonna count them out. Hades 2, I think Hades 2 definitely got a big love of these two, at least for art direction in my opinion. I gotta go with either Hollow Knight or X33. Maybe X33. I'm so sorry. Oh boy. You know what? You know what? I'm going with Switch Fiction. I changed my mind. Switch Fiction for this one. I did design. Gotta get with Switch Fiction. I think the idea you missed two different genres together still make sense. And still work and make it a co-op game altogether. I think you gotta give that one. I changed my vote on that one. I think the reason I chose X-23 was definitely gotta be I thought it was kind of similar game design. I mean, well, art direction. Score and music. Okay, here's the big ones here. I see some of the music in this one. That guitar solo. You gotta love that one. I didn't really hear too many music here. The Phantoms, so this one is, it's getting to me. He's too hall like I'm not listening to hall like music. I know people do love them. I gotta take these things out. I'm going to give this one because I honestly gotta say this. I think X-33, some of those music, they got me. Once again, we gotta play some of these games here. It was kind of disappointed that I have not done my good this before coming in here. Sounds audio design. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one now. That's gonna be Silent Earth or Ghost of Yotai. This will be the one time I will actually say X-33. I think other games I think will be up more with my top list for that. Not gonna say that, but I think sound design. I think whole games usually, at least in my opinion, do it the best job. That's about music. Just I think the sound. You want a good whole experience, you gotta get the music done right. Music plays a very important part of that. Ghost of Yotai could work. It could work with that one. Death Stranding does have an atmosphere, and music will play. Well, not music, but audio design. I give atmosphere and ambiance work very well with that. Battlefield 6, I mean, honestly, I get the guns sound right, and knowing that the feel and sound of an active Warzone, that feel very important part, but I gotta get Silent Hill. The clips I seen of Silent Hill, that sound design, I have to give it that. Whole games, I'm telling you, they're the ones that get the most sound design done correctly. Not this fucking other games, but they're definitely gotta be the ones in Silent Hill. Okay, this is gonna be funny. Yeah, I want to test this out real quick. Okay, give me a second. Alright, I turned that off real quick for a reason. Because I want to check the cast for Expedition 33. Because I know that guy there. I work as one of those characters. I knew it. I had a feeling he sounds like him. I didn't want to say if it was. Yep, Tom Cox. He's fucking Gustav. Vessel. Vessel. Tell me about who was Vessel. I don't know. Did I meet him? What did I met him yet? If I did, I may have forgot. Andy fucking Serkis? Holy shit. God damn. Okay, I gotta see who he voices. Holy shit, Andy Serkis is in the game? Okay, well, yeah, this is another funny thing to actually point out that, once again, X23 is definitely winning awards, and it's Aussie based up this, and it's definitely itself, because I can see here, there's like three actors and actors from that game alone. Ben Stone. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Okay, I'm not gonna look too much into it because I don't want to spoil myself here. Alright, I don't know Versil, so I can't say much on him. So, unfortunately, I can't really vote for Vin because I'm not that far in the game. So, I don't have met this guy yet. I have not heard your turn yet. So, unfortunately, you may not get my vote on that one. Just. Oh, Molly. Okay, Molly might get my vote here. Though I do know there's one thing. I could be wrong, but I do know there was an interview with Charlie Cox. Well, he was talking about the game, and from the sounds of it, I don't think he knows too much about the game itself, about the story. Like, he does a great job. I like Charlie Cox. He does a fantastic job. He is the perfect Daredevil, in my opinion. He did Netflix Daredevil series, and hey, you want to count the DC ones, so we got that one. But Charlie Cox, I like that actor. He's a great guy. Great actor. I gotta say, yeah, he does a good job of Gustav. I do like the way he does. He does have that guy who does fit a good role of a type. Here, when I'm trying to pick up my reason why I will vote for him, I don't want to say, "Oh, I'm voting for Charlie Cox because it'd be funny if he wins the award." Yeah, he doesn't know too much about his character. I want to remember how much his range is in that game. I don't know about her. Mostly because, once again, I gotta play Ghost of Yotei to give my proper thoughts on that. But at least from what I've seen, she does a good job voicing the character. But I gotta see the range. That's the thing. I gotta see how well they do. Do they feel like the characters themselves? And not, oh, I'm asking the actor or actresses. No, I'm asking how much did they plan out World War? I can assume that's not an active voice in someone. That's a character. That's someone that feels real. Molly might get my board. She does a terrific job for what I see. Once again, China I had not seen enough clips to really make a good judgment call on that one. Joy Baker, I really great. He does a great job. And he does exactly sound like him. He sounds exactly like Harrison Ford in that game. I've seen those clips, and I will also say, yeah, he did a great job on that one. A great job on that. Perfect fit for that. So I guess I'm gonna say this. Against my board, it's either Toy Trust or Gustav, because I do like Gustav. I think he has a good weight. He has good parts. I didn't see his full range yet. I gotta see no more of Gustav. I know more Gustav talking in the game. You know, he's the main character. Marlene, I saw enough parts with Marlene where I could probably lean into supporting her on this one. Or Troy Baker. Well, because he definitely sold the soul with any answers to that one. So, if I'm gonna do it for me, I'd say Todd Cox, because once again, if he wins, I want to hear his acceptance though of what he thinks of the game and his character. That will be the funniest thing. Though maybe Cox doesn't play 3D test though. Maybe he's acting like he doesn't know anything. Just that if he wins, people do that for the memes. But he knows. That'd be funny. Marley is probably the only one of the 5 that I say enough to really say I might be more person towards her. Toy Baker at the same time, man. Toy Baker is like, do I choose someone who does a great job with a brand new character who I've never heard before, with a talented actor who actually is definitely seeing a lot of scenes he was in, a Sabbath great actor who doing a great job voice acting a great character, or do I choose someone who honestly sounds exactly like the guy you want him to sound? You know, that's gonna be the hard choice here, people. Bad new character who actors gave the voice to them, or a character who always had a voice who a new guy took over who feels perfect for that role. Because that's gonna be the hard choice between these two. Ugh. I might have to give it 10 for the English. I'm sorry, Joy Joy Cox. I'm sorry, man. Though I would say that if Joy Cox wins, he's gonna have, he's becoming able to a good defense. I mean, he might have some lawyer experience. Find me on that one. Intellectual acceptability. Okay, I don't know too much about it. Probably the first game on the list so far I actually fully played, so I might have a good choice in this one. Adam 4, I feel like I keep thinking that one. I don't know why. Every time I see this, I keep thinking, is this the same Western Fallout Bioshock inspired game for Western? But no, that's a different game. I gave it Doom and Dark Ages, most because of the 5. Not only have I played that one the most, well, actually played, it's the one I honestly say that one gives you the most amount of options. Like for enemy difficulty, how aggressive they are, for how fast the enemies move and attack, how fast the projectiles move, you move. This game gives you a lot of options for that. So, no about the these. Oh boy. Okay, so it does give you a lot of choices there. Okay, the Doom and Dark Ages. Gotta give it that one. Name for Impact. Okay, I definitely know playing one of these 5. I don't want to vote for either one of these 5 because I don't know enough about them to actually give an honest opinion. This one? I changed my poll on this one. Best ongoing game. Okay. Whoa, boy. Okay, we're gonna get some controversy on this one. Okay. Fortnite is definitely a game that honestly been out for almost 10 years. I could be wrong. It's still going to the start. I seen that big event. Though they had their own end game moment. We got to Con, Simpsons, Kill Bill, K-pop, and the video I saw that shows Hey Kill. So that was definitely a feel to in my opinion on that one myself. Final Fantasy. I know what this is. I haven't really played too much about this one, but I do know this is a very popular MMO. Helldivers 2, definitely the game I played the most of almost any game I played. I'm still playing this one. I have not made too many videos on that. That's because I played this one on my own. I have well over 300 hours. I have no life but Helldivers. I have a lot. I've been there for a lot of moments. The only big moment I have not been part of was the fall of Oliver Creek. I have not been in that. I have not done that. That was around the time I joined the game, but I didn't do the Oliver Creek yet. I was there doing almost every big moment in Helldivers 2. I was there. No Man's Sky, definitely a game that came out with a terrible launch, but good on Hello Games for continuing to support that game and make the game that they promised. It took several years, but they actually made the game that they promised. I don't like that when developers have a game come out and alternate they promise saying, no, we're gonna add that later. I will give Hello Games some credit. They were a small team when they did that, and it was very obvious that a lot of the attention they were getting out of the game, they were not waiting for. And honestly, they were more of like small time developers who were still trying to find their footing. And honestly, they definitely need someone who was better with the press, who could talk to the press and kind of make things clear about what they're actually doing. So I agree. They came back, they finished the game, and honestly, Hello Games is a lot better since they said a lot more favorable with a lot of people with them. I'm gonna say this. If you ask me, I think the two games. Well, I think the three is gonna be winning. This will be either Fortnite, Helldivers 2, or Marvel Rivals. If you ask me personally, I say Helldivers 2 or Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is still going strong. This is a game I gotta play, but I to hear good things about this. I have not heard any bad things here. Helldivers 2, I'm gonna tell you right now, I know enough bad things about this game that I know enough good and bad. I've been there for both. I still actually know how it is too, but my god, it is a game that when things fuck up, they fuck up hard. But when they do well, they do incredibly well. Boy, this is a hard choice. Because at least with Marvel Rivals, I don't think this game breaks or have as many troubles as Helldivers 2, but I have more highs with this one. And I actually played this with Marvel Rivals. So this is gonna be a hard choice here. I gotta say Marvel Rivals. I think that one's definitely gonna get that one. But you guys get Helldivers 2 or Marvel Rivals, you can go either way with that. Community support. Okay, this is gonna be a possible take. Baldur's Gate 3 those studios. I don't remember how much support I'm giving right now, but I could be wrong. Maybe it might be fan patches or fan mods or something like that. That's probably it. I don't know too much about this one, but I do know this is a great game that I am planning to play one day. Social media TV is a game of the patches. Boy, this is gonna be a lot harder here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one now. It's kind of hard to vote for Helldivers 2 here because I think a lot of issues I had with, I think the community did have with it that I think it's kind of hard to ignore is there's a lot. It does feel like the developers, good on them, they do have a hard time trying to be transparent about some things, and there have been enough issues with updates and patches that it did break the game at times. That's the problem. And at least to me, that is definitely holding this game back. So I want to vote Helldivers 2 here, but I think we can have a lot of updated patches that hurt the game and kind of make the game unstable. It's kind of hard to support that. I might have to go with No Man's Sky. You know, I don't know too much about that. I want to support Helldivers 2, but it's kind of hard to know that. I love that studio. I do, but they do need to kind of work on that game, make sure things are not too unstable. I have not wanted many bugs or glitches compared to a lot of people, especially on PC, but Another two could be no Paul Mega times. Best independent game. A game outside the Disney Plus system. Boy, this. Yeah, it's gotta be one of these three right here. I think, honestly, to me, I think Hollow Knight has the fame. Hollow Knight has that name that sells it. Does another people who know about this? No, Hollow Knight is a solid game. Same with Hades. I think X-23 is the one that sold itself. I think the idea is like, as good and as big it is impressive. Especially how small and how, being one of the first game that the studio published kind of released. I think, yeah, I have to give it to the X-23. You got a lot of good picks here. Honestly, to me, I think these are the best three picks you can pick right here. But I gotta go with X-23. They have to. I am not pulling for X-23 just because I like the game. I try to be a fair one here. Best deep one in the game. Boy, this is gonna be a hard one too. I don't know too much about blueprints or this. Dispatch and X-23. That's gonna be kind of a hard choice here. I might say Dispatch. In my opinion, I think both games did incredibly well. They were hard hitters when they came out. They were big names. Honestly, X-23, I think it's still being talked about. Dispatch may have that newest bias that might have got me here. But I see a lot of joke, a lot of fan, well, I see a lot of people, big fans of Dispatch. I see a lot of fan videos of the characters, the choices. This is a reason why when I bought the game, I had to kind of avoid going on, some channels because they do spoil this game at times, and I wanted to go in blind and man, there's tons of fan videos for this and fan support. So I think I gotta give it Dispatch. This game came out. It came out hard. Honestly, actually, 3 of Dispatch, you can win this one. I think you can pick either one of those two, and you can't go on that. Okay, this fucking mobile games. Jesus Christ, I don't play mobile games for reasons. Puzzle buyers, I'm not waiting them, so I can't wait for one of these. I would not. VR. Okay, I don't have VR, so this is also another hard choice that I can't wait. We give all opinion for. I did play this game, but not on VR, so I can't say how well this is compared to the other 5. Deadpool, I feel like this one came out not too long. I think this one came out a couple weeks ago. I guess Angel Guzen. Though I'm gonna tell you right now, I hate that part 1, part 2 bullshit here. That one kind of ticked me off here. Well, honestly, I think this one got me in the war though. Best action game. Alright. This is going for Battlefield 6 or Doom Dark Ages. Boy, that's gonna be a hard picks here. I don't know too much about these two games. People say the single player is not that great. Multiplayer, good. Maybe great, not the best Battlefield multiplayer, but I hear a lot of good things about this one. And it's for multiplayer time for the most part. Maybe just 2049 was so bad that people are taking the most average Battlefield experience. And we can start about this. I don't know. I hear some people saying that about that. I could be wrong. I do recommend giving it at least a try. Don't just listen to what I'm saying. Okay. This one I played fully. I do like this game. I had a great time with this one. I can also say the same thing about Hades 2. I had not played this one, but I did hear a lot of great things about this one. But I did have to give Doom Dark Ages. I do have some issues with the game. But generally, for the most part, I think gameplay-wise, that's one of the most solid aspects of this game. But yes, I think either one of these two could take the cake. So, yeah, this is gonna be a tough one, people. All right, I gotta get the one I know. But honestly, I think Hades 2 might be a better choice though. So maybe I might go back to Hades that. Action Adventure. Okay, here we go. Alright, once again, another 5 games I have not actually played. So I have to go with what I know and what I heard. And George, honestly, it was a surprise that a lot of people admit that the gameplay is actually really fun. I think there's of just the puns, and I don't know why they get the punch and sound great. Honestly, it reminded me a lot of Mad Max, that Mad Max game. Not gameplay wise, just the sound of punching an enemy. It feels satisfying. The punch, the combat here. Which honestly definitely don't get this, leg up for some of these guys here. Spit Fiction, unique experience. I think that Co-op definitely gonna be getting this one though. Another pro. My god. Once again, I had to play these games to actually give a better experience, so I had to go what I know. To me, I think since Ghost of Tsushima has the different weapons, and each one do feel different, at least from what I know. But once again, that is. I hate doing this. I really do. I wish I would have played all 5 of these games. Me, the videos I've seen, people actually using all the weapons in this game look very fun, so I might have to give it that one. RPG, okay, here we go. Hour 2. Once again, forgot that one actually came out this year. Okay, I would say this. When it comes to RPGs, I do really like games where they actually do give you a choice of not only choices, but I do like them when they actually give you a chance to actually really build your kids up from the ground up about the puzzle choices, the actions, and how you affect not only the releases you have with other characters, but also the world itself. So that's definitely gonna be a big part. I have not. The one downside to Action 33 is I have not really experienced for me RPG elements. Not just playing the game, I just have not really experienced moments where it actually makes me feel like I'm making choices here. Okay, I did not realize I did not realize the same studio made both games here. That is kind of funny. So I would say this: Monster Hunter Wilds. I can't say too much about that one. So I would say Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 or Diablo 2. I know a lot of people said this one is a big improvement on the first game. Which I enjoyed the first game. I just felt the first game got older too long. I got old too quickly. There was a lot of aspects I wish they would explore more on the gameplay side, and I wish they would made a little more bigger choices. I don't know, kind of hard to explain. But I think my problem with the first one was I wish the game would have had more additions to the gameplay. Because it felt, at least to me, a little too close of copying Fallout. I like Fallout, I just wish they would have done a little more different with the gameplay side. A little more, because you got the slow-mo, not the same as what Fallout does, where you can choose lens, but that slow-mo does kind of feel close. Not the same, but no close, and I wish you would be able to actually customize your ship. Maybe I don't know, we kind of got the feeling like you control your ship. You could do a little more, activity, like when you affect a town, you saw a little more reflection on how that town responds to you. Because I didn't really feel too much about that, except for that only second section. No, I didn't really feel too much about that for the rest of the game. It does give you a lot of choices. I do like that about the Awards. So if they did fix that, add a lot more choices and options, that might get that one too, no more options. But I think I gotta give the Kingdom Come. I gotta get credit for that one. Best Fighter, okay. yeah, I gotta give a Capcom Fire Collection. I think that was a big one. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, that's a great one, but honestly, I think Capcom definitely won that one. I do know a lot of people did say that collection was really good. So, quit, gotta give that one. Family game, okay. Lego Pie, I did that was a Lego Pie. Donkey Kong Manager, that okay, we might get another here. Too late, good. Okay, that was spicy. Mario Kart. Okay, here's the thing I hear about Mario Kart World. It's the first Mario Kart game where it's open world, and a lot of people do feel like it was not the best decision because they felt there was a lot of areas where it felt empty, kind of like this, and felt like was the best choice for this type of game, especially for a Nintendo Switch 2, console. One of the first games on that console, so may not have been the best choice there. Sonic Racers, and then that was it was a Sonic Racing game. I might have to give it to Switch Fiction. Once again, I think Switch Fiction or Donkey Kong Banooza. I think you can go either one there, but I'm gonna go with Switch Fiction because I gotta get that level of more love, and honestly, that's the only one I kind of know more about for the others. Sim Sassy game, okay. The only one I know is Jurassic World Evolution 3. And I did enjoy Evolution 2, though I'm not a big fan of what you need to do to unlock some of the dinosaurs in that game, and I think that game was the one that kind of broke down on me like 4 or 5 times, crashed on me 4 or 5 times to the point where I gave up trying to play that one on stream. Which, by the way, you wanna know why I gave up on Jurassic World Evolution 2? That's because the game crashed on me so many times that I could not even play it anymore. I got so fed with it, I was just like, okay, I gotta stop here. It's sad, because I did go back to play that game on my own, and I was playing my own podcast. It is fun. And quit. I do like the part where I actually did get the chance to actually fully do what I want without worrying about unlocking dinosaurs. That was fun. I just wish the unlocking part was a little more interesting. But quit. The Evolution game, they give you a lot of choices and options. A lot of options of how to build that park. And the idea now, we add a lot more terrain features. You can build mountains, canyons, rivers, especially rivers, lakes, beaches, and with this and that, and babies and young dinosaurs into the game. I think I gotta give it that one. No, the taste would be good. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're definitely not pulling for this. I'm not pulling for EA. If an EA Sports over here, I'm not pulling that for best sports or racing game. Rematch, I think this is the same, made by the same studio that did Sifu. And I think I joke saying that would be funny. It's a soccer game, but it has the combat of Sifu. That would be fun. Hilarious. My cut that will definitely did not work as intended. I think I gotta get the rematch. Multiple experience, okay. Alright. Only 9 Guild. I think a lot of people, I think I have Halloween. I have not fully finished it on my own. But I will say for this, for what I've seen people said, it's not that great. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know too much other than that. I just hear a lot of people had issues with it. I don't think, from what sounds of it was the most well crafted from software. It was the best idea they could work with. So, Arc Raiders definitely been hearing a lot of good things about it, and honestly, I will say this. I am actually happy Call of Duty is not on the list. Thank God. Keep Call of Duty, keep Black Ops 7 off Andy's list. Do not add it. Battlefield 6 multiplayer is getting pretty good. I do hear good things about it. Had issues. It's not the best Battlefield experience, but it's definitely it got some of the cool aspects of it. It's just the little bit, you need to do more bigger, larger map terrains, and little focus on more of the map's ideas. I think that's a lot of people. I think people say will make it issue with a lot of the multiplayer here. The map just need to be worked on. Strict Fiction or Arc Raiders? I don't know too much about Arc Raiders, so I can't say anything about this. All I hear is it's a person in Call of Duty. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know too much about this one. I think Strict Fiction, I gotta give him that one because it's the only one I actually have experience with. Okay, this I'm gonna tell you right now. This is like bad choice here, way. Alright, I'm gonna tell you right now. I seen The Last of Us Season 1. I enjoyed Season 1. I think Season 1 was actually pretty good. I think it was a good adaptation of the game. I will just say, I think for that game versus show, I think the game still does the story a lot better. And at least to me, it ranks with the best version of that story per the game. But they did a good job of really being as accurate as possible to the game. They did make some changes. With that as you will, but I think overall season 1 wasn't too bad. I was wondering if I tried to handle season 2, and at least from right here, I saw the first 2 episodes. The last episode I saw was the one where they killed Joel, and that's the one where I said, I think a friend of mine who never played Last of Us and thought, I love The Last of Us. And I'm just saying, you should. You could just start with season 1 and just end with season 1 and that's it. You're great, just one-off story, nothing more than that. You won't watch season 2, go ahead, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not gonna enjoy it. Especially you like Joel, and they love Joel, and I try to warn them, and after that scene, I gave up watching the show, and they were not too impressed by it. So, if they want to be active in the games, okay, I think the issues that I think people had is Neil Druckmann and the creators of the show do feel that they did miss a lot of the actions that the game was trying to do, which I was a big fan of, but it's kind of funny they try to ignore that. And even though I don't like Abby in the games, it's kind of funny that you kind of tone down a little too much in the show. Well, in the games, he did realize he could beat the shit out of Joel and beat him to death, but the one in the show, he doesn't even have to build close to that. Until Dawn, I have no idea why they put Until Dawn here. This of all these right here, Until Dawn feels the most insulting to add here because this has nothing to do with the games at all. All the monsters kills, you get to look at the creatures from the games. But the story has nothing to do with the actual game itself. There's no connection. It has to look, and that's it. Why the fuck is this on here? I haven't finished this film, so definitely isn't too bad, though I heard just about a bunch of bad things and two good things here. Devil May Cry. I seen that show, and I was disappointed. This was the show I was the most hyped for seeing to come on Netflix, because I thought, I saw the animation. I heard that, hey, we're taking our time. We want to make the best action scene for this type of show. I thought, they got Devil May Cry. Then I saw it. I thought, okay, that's one. Okay, slow build. Okay, it's going to get better. Episode 2, not great. But we're getting there. Episode 3, okay. Well, we're getting there. We're getting the action. They're going to build Dante. The soul reveal, he's this unstoppable badass. And we're going to get, classic lady, and so fun part. That's never happened. I did not like this show. There was a lot. I think the fight scenes. That's my phone. Sorry about that. The fight scenes are pretty fun for the most part. I did they do try to be creative with the fight scenes. Animation. I want to say it has great animation, but the CGI characters, especially with the dudes right here, the big ones, especially one from Devil May Cry 3, look fucking horrendous. Story, she's a fucking side. The story, my god, is fucking annoying. They got the characters wrong, in my opinion. I know a lot of people who hated the Castlevania shows. I like the Castlevania shows. But I know a lot of fans of the game got pissed off after season 1 saying this has nothing to do with Castlevania. You changed so much of the character and tried to do your own thing, but it feels nothing like Castlevania. Now I see what they mean with Devil May Cry. And honestly, I think after playing the games, Because I played 3, I played 5, and I see enough directors for 1 and 2, which as you will, and 4, and I actually did play 4 on my own. Had a good time with that with a friend at the house. This is insulting. This show feels like someone who just cares just for the games, and instead of telling the story of the characters of your own vision, you took those characters and made something that has none of the themes and the ideas from the games, and told a story that has nothing to do with what the themes and ideas from the games of this franchise were known for. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm just not a big fan of the changes that they made to. I'm not against the idea of having the U.S. government having their own anti-demon task force. I thought that was an interesting idea, and I thought, oh, maybe they're gonna hire Dante after finding out that the White Rabbit is so unstoppable, and Dante might be the only one who could actually take them on. And Lady realized that Dante might actually be so that they're all good demons out there. That not all demons are pure evil, and maybe she teams up with him, and we see this, then so have them team up to create, the fully fun, Devil May Cry demon hunting, business. No, it's just Dante getting his ass kicked almost every episode. Ladies constantly being. I try to find the word to say this. I just don't like Lady this show. I don't like how almost every line he says is always fuck you. It's always a curse word. Like, it got annoying really fast. He doesn't feel like the same character from the games. White Rabbit, I thought he was going to be an interesting character, and he kind of is, but I think they tried too hard about making him too sympathetic, but also saying that, oh, he's also evil too. It feels like so want you to feel bad for him, which I get. I know what you're trying to do. You want me to feel bad for him, but I think the problem is, it also shows the terrible things he did, but also still trying to make you feel bad for him. I don't think the show is clever enough to make it seem like, oh, he has a tragic backstory, but he's doing so many evil, fucked up stuff that he truly became the monster that he's trying to take down. Because at least for me, I know what they're trying to do with that, but I can't tell is the story clever enough so that's his tragic backstory teamed into this unstoppable monster. Because at least when the show creator said that, oh, I'm the White Rabbit, it kind of gave me the feeling that the creator of the show is trying their best to make the White Rabbit as redeemable as possible, but also having the oldies who win the shit. I don't know. I can't say. I'm not saying you can't have a redeemable bad guy and still have him be the villain. I'm not saying you can't. You can't do that. I like Magneto. I like characters like that. But my problem is, I think the show doesn't do a good. It feels too amateurish when they do that. When they still try to make the white man be white, but they make every other character an asshole to testify it. I think that's my problem. It's kind of hard to explain. I hope you understand. You understand. If not, then I'm sorry. But I think my issue is more or less they got none of the characters right from the show, from the games. Dante, I'm not saying you can't have Dante. You can't have Dante lose sometimes. I'm not against that idea, especially if you have a young Dante. My problem is, it feels like Lady is the one who's always waiting on time compared to Dante, and it feels more like less of a Dante cell and more of a Lady cell with Dante in it. Because when you have to be more connected to her than him, then I have questions here. And I'm not a big fan of how it tried to deal with the American War on Terror really in the show, which I think my problem is that doesn't feel like that would work in the Democratic universe. For American Sword, I can see that working there. For Democratic and the War on Terror ambiguity and the issues that came from it, I get what you're trying to say, but that's not what Democratic is about, and Obviously, to me, there's a lot of game franchises that will a lot better dealing with that type of story. Devil May Cry is not it. So, they made the characters incredibly unlikable. The story got way drawn out. It feels so much like someone wanted to make their own story, but they had to include the Devil May Cry characters somehow. To me, feel like the guy did not know what Devil. It felt like the guy saw what Devil May Cry is, took the characters, took the monsters, did not understand why some of the monsters are the way they are, some of the demons are the way they are, why the characters act the way they are. It felt like in name only. The one that I would get credit, animation wise, and the designs for some of the characters look great. But that's the best I can give this show. I know Season 2 is coming out, I know Forge's in it, but since the idea you have Be the Light song playing with for him, you know, you ask me, that song only means something at the end of Forge's story in Devil May Cry 5. What I see what they're planning to do with Volta, that song does not make sense. Be the Light is more or less about him recapping his old self, trying to recapture who he used to be. After his long defeat being used by other people, Be the Light is him reclaiming his name. It's about him reclaiming his title, being the son of Sparta, being this unstoppable force. About him kind of redeeming himself in a way. Not from being a villain to a hero, but more redeeming everything he has failed at. In a way. I don't know. I might be honest, I think the only video game movie that honestly I feel like should win right now would be Sonic 3, but the problem is that was not on the list here. In my opinion, that should be here. Boy, I don't like to use this one, but what is? It's like Death Thoughts. It was Splinter Cell Minecraft, but even then, that's not the best choices here. I guess Splinter Cell, but even then, I'm not feeling great about that. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, all 5 these I'm highly, excited for, but let's be honest, it's Grand Theft 5. It's going to win this year. If it doesn't, then this has been stolen. It's Grand Theft 5. That's one of the most anticipated games of all times here. You're insane if you're choosing other games but this. It's Grand Theft 5. Though, I will say, I'm excited for Wolverine. I want to see another more gameplay from this game, but at least from that trailer, gotta be excited. But I just want to see no more gameplay from it. First Light, that was a surprise. I did not expect this game to actually come out at some point. That I'm really interested in. Especially being made by the same people who did the Hitman trilogy. Well, the Hitman trilogy reboot series. So I'd be interested to see how this goes. Resident Evil Welcome, I'm very excited for. I want to see what this does. I want to see gameplay for it too. I want to see the demo. I know Capcom Lucy releases a demo before the game comes out, so I want to play that and I want to see how this game feels. Witcher 4. I'm actually excited for this. Though I need to see more info and more stuff for it. I don't know too much of Witcher 4 for right now. I gotta see the more info like trailers and gameplay footage. So here's what I say. I want to see gameplay. My new gameplay video. I want to see how it feels and plays. This, I gotta see a demo. I gotta see the more trailers here because at least the 2 trailers we got so far doesn't really feel too much. I feel like the trailers are hiding a lot of info, and I want to see a little more. Like who's gonna be the basic enemies? How does it feel? I want to know more about Requiem. First sight excited, but I gotta give Grand Theft 4. Excuse me. I gotta give Grand Theft 6. Because let's be honest, this is gonna be the biggest game to come out next year. Okay. I know Kai, and I know Critical. I gotta give it Critical. I gotta go against the other guys, but I gotta prefer Critical. I see some of his videos. He is pretty funny. I don't know too much about these guys besides Counter-Strike 2, Dota, and League of Legends. Otherwise, I can't say much about the other ones. So, go skip that one. Once again, I don't watch esports, so I can't say much on this one here. Sorry. So, once I give I wish I could vote for that one, but I can't. Neither can I do for this one. I have no idea who the fuck these teams are. I do not watch esports, and I'm not really into it that much. Player choice. What's your top favorite game? Player voice is what 4% fan award across 3 rounds. Oh boy, yeah, this gets an impact. Well, no disrespect for the fans of this at this game here, but I think I know who the type of players who play this game. I got no disrespect for that. I don't know anything about this one. 600. I hear a lot of great things about 6, but I'm gonna be honest. I think DC was roughly gonna be winning the player choice here. Honestly, I think Accidentally told me a lot of awards on its own either way, so I think I'm gonna get a dispatch. So yeah, those are my choices here. Okay. But anyway, people, as I said, we're not going to do a stream tonight. Well, we're all technically one now, but that is kind of the main thing I wanted to do tonight because I'm not too well right now. I feel a lot better, but I want to kind of give myself a little break, see if I can, feel a little better the next day or two. So, we're going to do another stream on Thursday, but otherwise, we're going in this one now. As it, this is the second fun I want to try and see how it feels. So, I will admit, I was kind of disappointed. I wish I would play a lot more games this year, especially the ones that actually came out and won part of the awards. So, hey, I am a little disappointed about that. But you know what? Yeah. I want to text something to you. Nope, not this. I want to text you what were the other games that won past years because I want to need to give my quick opinion about some of those because I did last year. I had no more strong opinion on since I actually played a little more of those games. So I did release a community post about my thoughts for last year. But what games I think should win this category. So I'm gonna say this for last year, 2024. Astrobot 8, that was a surprise hit for that one. To me, I'd say best game last year had to be given to Black Myth Wukong or Blotto. I think Blotto, that is a fun, simple game that would have been the biggest upset in seeing that one. Black Myth Wukong, I think, was definitely the best one. Astrobot, that was a good choice. I'm not against that choice. But I definitely did not want this one to win. I got nothing against Elway, but I think that I didn't really have a DLC expansion with Game of the Year. That is insulting. A lot of levels. Best game direction? I am surprised Asphalt won that one. That one, honestly, for game directions, I'm not too much an expert on what you actually kind of count as that. So I guess Black Myth Wukong or Rebirth. Or Bellotto. For narrative, problem I have with Silent Hill 2 is second that's a remake of the old Windsor game. It's incredibly faithful, but it's kind of weird saying a game that came out years ago won. It's hard to say to how I felt about Resident Evil 2 remake being, in a lot of categories in 2019. I love the game, but it just kind of feels weird when you got a story of a game that came out years ago. Especially Silent Hill 2, since that was very accurate to the actual game. So, Metaphor, hey, I'm not against that. Like a Dragon Infinite will be a good choice. I love Reaper, but I will admit, narrative-wise, it does have no confusing plots, and I do think that would be not the best choice compared to the other ones. I did Like a Dragon Infinite could have been a better choice there. But hey, I think Metaphor, at least right here, that was a good choice. Art Direction, I think you got good choices here. Just not the TLC. Just don't choose that one. Score music, honestly, they made the right call on that one. I would be upset if that was not chosen. And by the way, IGN, I still I try not to do leaks here, but my god, thanks for leaking things here. Idea, is that one fan who doesn't show up. But yeah, School of Music, we both had to win. Looking against two, looking at the last game too, but honestly, music-wise, we both wins it. Audio design, I am upset at Dead Space. Wait, did Dead Space came out that year? Dead Space remake. That came out last year, right? Oh, 2023. No, okay. Alright, never mind. I'm an idiot. I was gonna say if Dead Space 2 Dead Space remake came out, I'm surprised it wasn't on audio side, but yeah. Honestly, audio side, I would give it side too. I think audio side, they definitely got that one done right. Honestly, I was gonna say I think Luke Roberts, he did a great job. He definitely, in my opinion, my favorite. Definitely, I think made that character shine and say it too. And this one, sometimes, well, I will say, I think he outdid the actor for that game. Nothing against the OG actor, but I think Luke Roberts really perfected the character in that one. It's just really, I can't say too much about that one. Games for Impact, once again, I can't say too much about that one. Ongoing, hey, good thing for Helldivers. I think that was good during the time before it got no controversial at the time. Plus, that big, that big review that you did on the same Game Award, on the night of the Game Awards, that was definitely a big meltdown for them. So to me, yeah, definitely held that seal. Definitely at that time. Community support, Baldur's Gate 3. Be funny if they win again. Independent Gate, Bellato, yeah, definitely Bellato. They owned that one. And Bellato again, once again, they owned that one. Bellato was taking W's that year. I kind of forgot about that. Be all, yeah, since I just finished all the arguments, well, most of the arguments away, yeah, this is definitely an argument I want to play. Mostly I don't have a VR, so I can't do much on that, but if I ever do get a VR, this is definitely going to be on top of the list here. Okay, at least Black Panther Wukong won something there. Though, in my opinion, I think 2 would give it a year. Accent about 2? Okay, I'm not gonna go against, Asphalt on that one. RPG, once again, not a bad choice though. Let's see, fan game, Taken 8. I can't say too much about that. I'm not really a big final game, fan here. Fan game, Asphalt, Massifies. Frostpunk 2, I don't know too much about that one. Fucking EA, goddammit. Multiple, okay, hey, held out 2, I need to won that one. Well, okay, I'm kind of sad that was an accident, but still. I guess, yes. This Season 1 Arcane definitely still won. Season 2, I would say Fallout. I'd say Fallout did the best job so far for that year. So I'll be curious to see how Season 2 do. I'm still trying to finish the first season. I think I'm on episode 3. So yeah, I've been kind of recently watching it. At this game, Grand Theft Auto 6. Of course, it's gonna be Grand Theft Auto 6. Just to be honest. So yeah, that. Okay, you know what? I want to see 223, and after that, we end the stream with this. Yeah, we're going to end with this one. Because, again, I think this is the game. Yeah, this is definitely where I play most of the games here. So I can give you the best opinion on this here. But, yeah, after this, we're going to end the stream. And in case you want to know, Thursday, hopefully I feel better. And we're going to see 2 good stream on next week, 3. Probably after wins game here. That would be funny. We'll do the same after the Game Awards. So, Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3. I think me and everyone else agree that's the right call. Game Directions, I had to play that way too? Yeah, I agree. That was a good choice. Live, I say Baldur's Gate 3 or I'll wait a little bit better choice here. Well, I think they're both the good choice here. LA2 could be confusing at the time, but it was still a fun game. You know what? I think the story clarity, Debbie gave it the touch, gave it a leg up for the others. Afterwards, honestly, I think my opinion, you should have went with Hi-Fi Was. I love LA2, but I think Hi-Fi Was still won that one. Score and music. Yeah, I actually had a friend who played Hi-Fi Was, and not only did I enjoy the same, I would say Hi-Fi Was definitely still won score and music. I not gonna get 16, but Hi-Fi Was still won that one. Ion Design. Oh, fucking Dead Space remake. No. Dead Space remake. Still won Ion Design. Yeah, this is the one that shocked me. No, Ion Design, Dead Space remake. Music and score, Hi-Fi Was. Okay, you play Dead Space remake with a good headset. Trust me, that is one of the best sound game you can play. They got that sound down quick. Neil Newman, excellent choice. Excellent choice with that one. Game for Impact, I can't say much about this one. Cyberpunk 27, yeah, that definitely was the year Cyberpunk 27 got those big updates that truly fixed the game. Any game, Sea of Stars, I can't say much about that. Cocoon, I don't know too much about that one, so I can't say much on that. Deal these. Curious Mode, Poltergeist 3. Boy, Poltergeist 3 is collecting those W's still. Boy, if they somehow win it a third time, that would be hilarious. VR, yeah, was it good? Yeah, VR was pretty fun that one. Intermediate games, I can't say much about that one. Action, Armored Core, yeah, Armored Core. Honestly, I think a lot of people agree. I think a lot of people did say Armored Core should have been nominated for Game of the Year that year. And you know what? I agree. I think it should have been nominated. But hey, at least you got an award somewhere. Action Adventure, hey, Tears of the Kingdom got the debut somewhere. But RPG, you gotta give it Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, definitely RPG. You gotta give it Baldur's Gate 3. I know enough about Baldur's Gate 3. No, RPG, yeah, it's the best in its yet of time. Definitely. My game, can't say too much about this scene. Fan game, well, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, okay. I hope this game is still coming out, but Microsoft does make me worried that they'll be catching a lot of games lately, so I don't worry about that one. Sports, I can't say much about that one. Sims, I can't say much about that one either. Multiplayer, fucking okay. That's okay. I'm actually surprised with this one. I did know Baldur's Gate 3 can be played in co-op. I'm just surprised that it won. That was a surprise. I actually thought Street Fighter 6 would have won that one. Content Girl, I've seen some Masters content, so no one good for her. Esport, I can't say much on that one. Codes, I can't say much about that one. I can't check the codes out. Event, I can't say much about that one either. Oh, okay. Most anticipated game, Rebirth. You know what? I would say this: if GLaDOS 6 would have been on here, yeah, I don't think there was any trails then. It would definitely have won. But you know what? Good thing for Rebirth. At this one, they better not give Last of Us Season 2. Please God no. Honestly, Sumo Bros movie, I think still won. Well, honestly, no, Last of Us, I was fine with. I think either Sumo Bros or Last of Us, those are your best choices there. I see Gran Turismo, it's not too much about the game, it's more like the story around it. So I'm not against that, but honestly, these two should definitely be contenders. Bill Boys, well, people like Baldur's Gate 3, so that's good. I'm happy to see that one. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna stop here, so once again, I hope you guys did enjoy. This is a little fun, side, thing to do. We're not always about, games here. Well, we are, but I thought it'd be, kind of interesting to actually talk about the actual game. So as it, you don't get what you wanted. Hey, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about what other people think. Like what you like, and that's it. It's affecting someone else. Don't worry too much about what others think. So yeah. So here's gonna be the plan. Does say the game woods that will be at time. What's the time for pre-show? Okay, 5 p.m. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching this. I will say this. I can't say. I don't know how I'm gonna be streaming at the time, so I'll probably do this. Do my own thing on my own. But yeah, I'd be able to see who wins. Definitely be watching this on my own. So we'll be streaming after the awards. So if anyone want to know, my stream will come out sometime after the whole game is over. So I hope the ones I pick win. If not, then as I said, to each his own. But still, hope you guys enjoy, and hope